Those sounds can only mean one thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and that's time for another edition of NWA Rocky Top. And I've got with me, in for Joe Wheeler this week, the Nature Boy, Buddy Landell.
It's Rocky Top Wrestling, and we're rocking and rolling, baby. I'm glad to be here, Tony. Exciting week coming up. What we got here? My good friend.
Is your good friend? What in the... What do you mean you're... What do you mean you're good...
Buddy Landell's my good friend, Tony Basilio, and you stay out of it. Let me tell these people something. We were robbed Friday night at Retribution by Ricky Morton, and I got a nod on my head to show everybody from Ricky Morton. Let me tell you something.
He's sneaky, ain't he?
He was sneaky last night, but let me tell you one thing. Jimmy Valiant, of course, is always up to his old games about messing with the Midnight Express. He's held up those tag teams. They can't pin me. I'm not even a wrestler. They pinned me. Ricky Morton pinned me, so they've held the title belts up. But let me tell you one thing. The Midnight Express, and I know that idiot Ricky Morton and those guys are on tour on this Legends tour. But let me tell you something. I've got a team. I'm going to bring them out right now that I'm going to put the tag team titles on. Trust me. I told you, Tony Basilio, I've got a team here, baby. We're going to win the tag team battle. I'm going to secure them, baby.
Wait a second. I want to know something.
Oh, you son of a hunter.
At Retribution, who is that? Who is that?
Ayatollah, Vinny's Ayatollah, come to U.S. Jim Gibson, come to Terminator. Want #1 team.
All right.
He got #1 team.
He knows speaking English. Get over here. Get over here. He knows speaking English. Now listen, I want to know something, Gibson. You lover of thugs and heels. Like, good, you'll hug him. Who is this guy?
That's the Ayatollah. He's my bodyguard. He's watching my back. So Ricky Morton or no other person can. I put Tracy Smothers out of Rocky Top. There ain't no telling who I'll put out next, Tony Basilio.
The Camel's cause. Hey, what the Camel?
Absolutely disgusting. NWA Rocky Top is now.
Rocky Top Wrestling, you got it all, baby. The best tag teams, the best single wrestlers they are.
That's why we're the best, Joe Wheeler, and you know it.
welcome you back to another exciting week of NWA Rocky Top. Ladies and gentlemen, Menace in the ring at this time. And it looks like he's going to be opposed by the Ayatollah. Not much we know about this fellow, Buddy Landel, except for the fact that he's got those curved boots, those illegal boots. Buddy Landel, will you grant me that those are illegal boots?
Ah, well, of course they're not. They're not. Those are for killing cockroaches.
Let me tell you one thing. Next week, right here on TV, baby, I've got the Terminator signed. I've got with the NWA Commissioner, David Rossi, and he's decided he's going to give us a shot against the Goldens right here next week on TV.
How
baby.
are you pulling these strings here in NWA Rocky Top, Gibson? I don't get it. But at any rate, we're underway here.
He's got some clout somewhere. He knows where the body's buried.
And the Ayatollah is working over Menace early here. Menace, of course, coming from Uganda. Kin to Kamala. I think he didn't make it to the table as many times as Kamala did back in the day.
No, he didn't. You know, Tony, I'm so excited about Rocky Top Wrestling. I mean, finally some quality wrestling's coming to town. Got some really big names. I mean, like Dennis Condrey. Lover boy Dennis. I hadn't seen him in 15 years since WCW. Looks fantastic. Ricky Morton. I mean, these guys have withstood the test of time. You know what I'm saying?
And
Jimmy Golden's he's the best. Tom Pritchard.
And and some tacticians and some young up-and-coming rising stars as well. Some guys that we're going to see on today's show that are going to be worth watching. Devin Drake, a great young up-and-comer. We're going to see Kid Cash make his debut here in NWA Rocky Top this week. Speaking to the type of talent that we're getting here, as you say, Buddy Landel, Kid Cash, a guy who's going to come over from TNA and wants to come now try and make his mark in a higher level of wrestling here at NWA Rocky Top.
I totally agree with you. You know you got a good product when they're leaving pay-per-views and all of that mess in TNA and coming over here to Knoxville to Rocky Top Wrestling. I mean, that says it all.
As Menace connects on the drop kick and he gets with the cover of 2 and is only able to procure a 2 count as the Ayatollah able to get to his feet.
The thing that I like what I like the best about Rocky Top Wrestling is they've got some really young guys, man. They look fantastic. They're great wrestlers. They're getting an opportunity to make a name for themselves here. And then along with that, you have the stars like Jimmy Golden, Tom Pritchard, myself.
And that's what it's all about. NWA Rocky Top,
NWA
where we
Rocky
be.
Top.
Each and every week at this time, we want to remind you there's a big show coming up that we will be making a special announcement toward. A big show will be coming up in October on the 15th. We're going to call Mountain Mayhem, and you'll be hearing more about that exciting card coming in the weeks and a couple months ahead. Connecting on the clothesline, big time. Cover 1, 2, and 3.
He did that exactly the way I showed him.
You are not going to get up from that. Do what?
He did that exactly the way that I showed him how to do that.
Unbelievable. That music can only mean one thing, ladies and gentlemen. Making his debut here in NWA Rocky Top. This guy, one of the real rising stars in the sport of kings, as Kid Cash now making his way into the ring. Of course, Kid Cash just tearing up TNA, another sanctioned body of NWA. Of course, here in NWA Rocky Top, Kid Cash looking to make his mark. And this week on NWA Rocky Top, he makes his debut against Devin Drake. Ought to be a good one here, Nature Boy Buddy Landau.
I tell you what a coup NWA Rocky Top got by getting him away from TNA. You know, this is a guy that started out and worked his way to the top. Man, I'm so proud of this kid. I've known him before he got into business. He's a super guy, and if anybody deserves it, he does.
Cash, one of these technical wrestlers, a guy not afraid to high fly, not afraid, Buddy Landau, to mix it up as well. He's got a little bit of everything.
He's got a martial arts background, too, and there was a rumor that he was a Navy SEAL. But he's the kind of, Kid Cash is the kind of guy that will go out and even make a mistake if he thinks it's going to get him something in the long run. I mean, look at that arm drag. I mean, you can just see,
and a drop kick as he meets him and goes high. And there you see Kid Cash, and outside the ring trying to collect himself is Devin Drake. Match number 2 here as we're underway on this Saturday morning. Still have a great one coming your way. The Turbinators with Jimmy Gibson against the Baseball Boys, Colton Steele and Eddie Brown, making their debut as he goes and tries to roll him up on a 1 and a 2, and that's all he's able against Kid Cash. Oh, that's just nasty. That was sadistic, sick.
I love it. I wouldn't have it no other way, Tony Basilio.
As he chops him now, and you can feel it from here.
Yeah, don't try this at home.
Absolutely do not try this at home, but he gets him again.
I can see you drop kicking your wife, picking up some new moves and drop kicking your wife or something.
No question about it. Never me, baby. Never me, never she. As Cash misses, but Drake unable to capitalize. And Kid Cash just stays on Drake. You talk about a guy staying on message. That's Kid Cash here. As Drake makes a miss, goes up for the drop kick of his own. How about that?
Good drop kick.
So both these guys right now having a little bit of momentum. He goes for the cover of 2 and only able to get 2. As your referee in the ring, Spur, one of the best in the business. And now hits him with the open hand slap or the forearm, and now works over the head with the overhand slap. Hits him 4 or 5 of them. Spur now asks for the clean break, and Drake's not giving it.
Yeah, this guy's pretty good, Drake. He's pretty good himself.
Absolutely. He's holding his own right now.
It was a good drop kick. Don't get me wrong, he couldn't do that to me.
Suplex up and over. How about that?
Yeah.
How many people in this room you think thought that Devin Drake was going to be able to suplex him, get a couple 2 counts on it, Buddy Landau?
Not only that, around the country, you don't see too many guys that suplex Kid Cash. That's how good he is.
No question about it. Kid Cash now being encouraged by the fans here in NWA Rocky Top.
Drake should be proud of himself. He's doing a good showing. I mean, he's in there with one of the top talents in the world today. Not just TNA, not just NWA Rocky Top. I'm talking about Japan and the world.
And now Drake picks him up and body slams him. Devin Drake going for the big elbow and misses. As Devin Drake looks to be a little injured there on his right leg. Kid Cash and Drake both struggling to get up. And now Kid Cash first to his feet. What will he do? And that's what he'll do. As he hits him with a left and another left. And another left.
He's wearing that head out.
No question.
Absolutely.
As now Kid Cash sends him to the ropes and hits him with the lariat up high.
Stan Hansen.
One more lariat, just for good measure.
Oh, he knocked his brains out.
And now, will he have a suplex of his own? What move are we going to see? And yes, and I mean to tell you, that was inverted, and it's a 1, a 2, and as he's only able to get 2.
Oh, wow. Man, Drake's really showing himself today what he's worth. Inside cradle.
As Drake goes for the, how about that? How about this, Buddy Landau?
I love it.
Let's see what we got here. What do we have now? As he's going to get him up and inside on the pile driver. Some kind of inverted brain buster 3.
All right.
Nasty. Kid Cash victorious. Kid Cash, a great debut from you.
Of course it is. I'm Kid Cash, and this is my first time in Rocky Top, not the NWA. As you know, they have a new cruiserweight division, a new X division, if you will, coming out here in Rocky Top. Well, you know what? I'm here in Rocky Top now, buddy. I started the X Division, and I was one of the longest reigning X Division champions in the history of TNA. So it won't be any different here. I've been in that dressing room. I've seen the talent, There's some pretty good young bucks out there. Looks like one right here, too. But hold on right there before you open your pie hole. You remember one thing. I've been around with you. You're a good kid, but you're no Kid Cash, okay? So you better remember that. I got prior engagements on October the 15th because I'm just not one of these weekend warriors. I'm a bona fide pro wrestling champion. I travel the world, everywhere, every year, every month, every week. I've proven myself for 16 years. So I tell you what, whoever wins that tournament, you remember one thing. You got the KID looking over your shoulder.
Those fighting words right there. Our new X Division champion here. Let's get over here in NWA Rocky Top. Tell him about it.
Everything Cash said was exactly true. I have a lot of respect for Kid Cash. I have known Cash for a while, and everything he said, he backs up. But I just beat one of the toughest X Division wrestlers in the world in Brad Thomas to win this title, and I don't plan on this title going anywhere anytime soon.
Guys, a three-way. We've got a three-way. We've got a three-way coming up.
Just 1 second. You can talk about 3 ways, 2 ways, 10 ways. It doesn't matter. Any way you slice it up. John Noble's the #1 contender to a title I never should have lost in the first place. And come the 15th, Kid Cash is going to have to stare at John Noble.
I don't remember you being the champion. That's funny. I don't remember you being the champ.
One thing you boys are doing is making a mistake, because at Mountain Mayhem, I've got a point to prove, too. The point is that I will be the next X Division champion.
All three of these fellas, one title. 3 men will enter, 1 will leave. Back with more on NWA Rocky Top.
And now, your Slam of the Week, presented by the Knoxville Ice Bears.
Get going out here so I can beat it.
You didn't know that we was new on the scene. It's alright, it's alright. I know you know, I see you smiling at me. It's alright, it's alright. Here comes the...
Was she hit in the face with something? She hit Pritchard. 1, 2, 3! We have a new champion, Chrissy Vane. It backfires. Your winner and new NWA Rocky Top Heavyweight Champion, Jimmy Golden.
These two guys are sick, ladies and gentlemen, as we welcome you back on NWA Rocky Top. Tony Basilio, along with the Nature Boy, Buddy Landell. As you see in the ring at this time, the baseball boys, they want to be called the Drillers. The baseball boys, the Drillers, whatever it is. Buddy Landell, these two guys right here, as far as I'm concerned, are straight from the pit of hell. These guys are disgusting. Talking about the Turbinators.
Yeah, well, somebody's going to send them out of town on their camels here, I would say, very shortly.
Jahid and D-Hod, as right there you see Jihad. Jimmy Gibson's now in here. Look at him. Just disgusting.
What a profile. He's a good-looking guy, ain't he?
Yeah, he needs to cut down on the carbs, is what I'm saying.
Well, see that stick, a lot of people are raising Cain about that, pardon the pun, raising Cain.
Yeah.
About that stick he's got, but actually he had hurt his back, he had a slip disc, and he has to, that helps him out.
Oh, buddy. I'm starting to wonder about you coming up at Mountain Mayhem. I'm starting to wonder about your role as a guest referee as you see Jihad with a couple of arm bars take his man down, and now here comes D-Hod into the ring. Jahid and D-Hod, and there's D-Hod, your legal man in the ring right now, as he works against Eddie Brown. As these guys continue to work, and boy, you talk about the Lakers in transition, the Boston Celtics back in the day, Fuji and Toru Tanaka, some of the great tandems, Laurel and Hardy of all time.
Frickin' Frat.
Absolutely, frickin' Frat. Look at, he just rips his face open. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine those guys stopping on Rutledge Pike or East Tennessee and getting gas, those camel jockeys?
Oh, look at this. As he takes a cane. I thought he needed it to walk, Buddy Landell. Looks to me like he was using it to his advantage.
Well, see, you have an untrained eye, Tony, so what you think you see, you really don't see. So if you need any advice or need any help, just ask me, I'll tell you.
I'll tell you what I think I see right now. I almost saw a 2 count, and there's a tag by way of almost accident, if you will, as in the ring now, making his NWA Rocky Top debut. Here's Colt Steele, and Colt Steele able to wrap him up, but no, as he's sent to the ring, but he's able to shoulder block
Great tackle.
Jahid to the canvas. And with the shoulder block now in control. He's number 13 on your dial. Look at him. He's trying to get some encouragement here. If here's an interesting point. If he can bring a kendo stick, speaking of Jimmy Gibson to the ring, why don't these guys carry baseball bats with them?
Well, because maybe they're not smart enough.
Interesting.
That comes with experience.
There you go.
Now,
There's a tag. And here's D-Hod, and D-Hod goes with the boot to the midsection. Now rakes him with that illegal boot. Look at the curvature on that boot. His boot's got Peyronie's disease. For those of you who know what that is, Bill Clinton suffered from it. I'm not gonna get too technical. But there's a flying elbow as he sends his man prone against the ropes, and now Jahid and D-Hod are in control here, buddy.
Well, you want to say what you want to, but these two guys, Jimmy Gibson has got two guys that can, kick A and take names. I mean, they're doing a fantastic job. Don't get me wrong, you and me can beat them up.
Jimmy Gibson needs his head examined, and there's no question about it. Both these guys right now making a rather inauspicious debut as they've been fodder so far for
Look at
the
that.
Turbinators.
He's
and
ripping
again,
his lips apart.
I'm telling you, that's what they love to do over in Palestine. They like to rip your mouth open and take your soul. Your very soul itself, Buddy Landell.
You're down on Arabs, aren't you?
I just believe in racial profiling, to be honest with you, as he chops him to the chops.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now sent into the ring, and your referee, Brett Strader, just got run over. And they're revving him up.
Here we
and
go.
rolling him up
Sunset
1, 2,
flip.
and wasn't able to get it on the sunset flip. But he's able to
Wonderful.
get back on him. I'll tell you, these guys like veteran wrestlers, and you said, Buddy Landell, do not stop. They do not stop when they're in control.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that was a good sunset flip, but he couldn't have done it to me. Oh, yeah. Now, Jimmy Gibson's just going to try to help the poor guy back into
Let's
the
see if he
ring.
helps him. Oh, that's despicable.
He had a fly on his back, and he was just trying to knock it off. That's all that was.
Jimmy Gibson, stop it.
See, that's your untrained eye.
Stop it, Jimmy Gibson. As now D-Hod sends his man flying and hits him with the big elbow.
You got to say something. Jimmy Gibson is enjoying himself, isn't he?
Jimmy Gibson's sinister.
Oh.
Jimmy Gibson loves to inflict pain on people. Modified camel clutch here, looks like we're going to see, as he's able to apply some pressure again. And look at that man who's just hurting. Oh, no. Here comes Jahid over on the side. Jahid attack, all kinds of pressure he's applying now. if he gets his rope, now what will that feel like, buddy? Describe that for the folks at home.
Oh, that's a camel clutch, brother, to the nth degree. Oh, it's ripping his lower back out. You know,
look at that man. Look at his face. You can see it almost turning blue.
Oh, yeah.
Look at his eyes. You can see the pain.
Yeah, I've never had that done. Nobody's ever been good enough to do that to me personally. But, you know, the guy had some bubble gum on his shoe a minute ago, and Sahib, or whatever his name is trying to get the bubble gum off the back of his.
And there you see Brent Strange over in the corner. Brent Strange, ladies and gentlemen, your official, as he was trying to somehow get some order in the ring, as now Jihad sends his man flying, and Jihad takes a shot himself as he gives. Who's going to get up? It looks like Jihad's up first. There he is. Jihad, your man in control.
I heard these guys.
But here comes the tag. And now Brown, your legal man in the ring.
Brown
cleaning house. Look at him. Brown cleaning house. Brown's got to hold on. Brown better be careful. Brown better be careful.
He's rushing too much, man. You see him miss that last clothesline?
Oh, and there you see going outside the ring, there's Cold Steel, which means that Brown is going to be the last man standing. Cold Steel on the outside of the ring fighting. There you see him with Jihad.
They're beating each other's brains out.
And Jihad, oh, he hits him with the kendo stick. And here it comes. They got him set up for the Turban Buster. Brown is set up for the Turban Buster. Oh, look at that move. That's just nasty. Count it down, buddy. 1, 2, 3. Don't go taking it. Don't go trying to take that microphone from me, Gibson. You just relax. I'm going to ask the questions this week. And the first question I've got for you is, are you aware that next week these two pieces of human debris are going to square off with the Goldens?
What's the Golden? Huh? Golden? That's the stupidest question you've ever asked me. Let me tell you something, Basilio. I set the matchup. I was the one that called the NWA. Ask Buddy Landau how smart I am. He knows I'm the smartest man in Rocky Top.
I'm not talking to Buddy Landau. I'm talking to you.
Let me tell you something else. The Goldens better look out next week, because my men are going to be the next Rocky Top Tag Team Champions. There's no doubt about it, baby. We're going to do it. They're going to be the champions. Let me tell you something. That little boy, hey, Jimmy Golden's little boy, he better be watching out, man. He's got that neck brace on. He might come out.
You wouldn't do that.
You don't know what I'll do.
You wouldn't hit a man on a neck brace. Would he hit a man on a neck brace? Would he hit a man on a neck brace?
Bobby, little Bobby, we take Golden out. Bobby, we care not. Terminator 1 gold Rocky Top belt. We be one next week. Tony.
I don't get it, fans. Stay tuned next week. Tell a friend. NWA Rocky Top, where they chant USA. NWA Rocky Top.